It's been years since Battlefield delivered a true single-player story, and the absence has been felt by longtime fans and newcomers alike. Players have been hungry for a return to those cinematic, large-scale campaigns that made the series famous, craving the adrenaline rush and emotional stakes only a great story can deliver. Now, with Battlefield 6, DICE is finally bringing back the single-player experience, promising a modern military setting, a gripping narrative, and a campaign that aims to push the boundaries of immersion. The campaign follows a squad of elite soldiers caught in a near-future global conflict, jumping between characters and locations for a globe-trotting adventure that spans continents and cultures. From the very first mission, you're thrown into the heart of chaotic urban warfare. Tanks rolling down shattered streets, jets screaming overhead, and the sound design immersing you in the relentless chaos of battle. The story revolves around a world where resources are scarce and alliances have crumbled, giving the writers freedom to create new factions, unpredictable scenarios, and high-stakes conflicts that feel both timely and original. You play as members of a multinational task force, traveling from frozen Arctic bases to dense, dangerous jungles, each environment offering unique challenges and breathtaking visuals. The developers aim to blend the freedom and unpredictability of multiplayer with a tightly crafted emotional story. A tough balancing act that could redefine what a Battlefield campaign can be. The campaign tries to recapture the magic of Battlefield 3 and 4, with massive, vehicle-filled combat, explosive set pieces, and moments that stick with you long after the credits roll. The setup feels familiar, but the context is fresh for 2025, with new technology, tactics, and threats shaping every mission. There's a real sense of excitement and scale, making you hopeful this journey will be worth remembering, and that Battlefield's campaign legacy is ready for a new chapter. After all this time, it's good to be back in a Battlefield campaign, ready to experience the thrill, the drama, and the unforgettable moments that only this series can deliver. Battlefield 6's campaign stands tall in spectacle, dazzling players with its cinematic flair and relentless action sequences. But when it comes to design, it plays it safe, rarely straying from the tried-and-true formula fans have come to expect. Explosions are bigger, environments more destructible, and the sense of scale is unmatched, immersing you in chaos at every turn. Yet, the core gameplay, moving from cover to cover, shooting enemies, completing objectives, remains familiar, echoing past entries in the series. Borrowing from multiplayer, you can spot enemies for your squad and hop into vehicles, but these moments are tightly scripted, leaving little room for improvisation. The campaign feels more like a guided theme park ride than a sandbox, with set pieces leading you from one explosive moment to the next. Levels look expansive, but invisible walls keep you on a narrow path, reminding you that freedom is mostly an illusion here. Compared to shooters experimenting with open-ended levels or narrative choices, Battlefield 6 sticks to a linear formula, rarely deviating from its established path. The excitement comes from its audio-visual spectacle, collapsing buildings, roaring jets, and massive battles that fill the screen with chaos and adrenaline. It's a polished, high-quality military story, but not a revolutionary one, offering refinement over reinvention. For those craving action-packed familiarity, it delivers exactly what you'd expect: thrilling firefights and cinematic moments. If you want innovation, you might find it predictable, as the campaign rarely surprises or challenges expectations. Battlefield does what it does best, delivering blockbuster action. Just don't expect surprises or bold new ideas. It's a blockbuster ride, thrilling and visually stunning, but ultimately not a reinvention of the genre. Battlefield 6's campaign takes you across the globe, with each mission set in a visually stunning and meticulously crafted location. From icy tundras to dense urban sprawls, the game's world feels vast and alive, immersing you in the chaos of modern warfare. One moment you're sniping in the blinding snow of Russia, the next you're sneaking through a flooded Southeast Asian city under the cover of darkness, or infiltrating a jungle with only your night vision to guide you. This variety is a major strength, as each environment offers its own unique tactical challenges and obstacles. You'll need to adapt your approach, using the terrain and your squad to your advantage. Missions are structured in a traditional way: clear enemies, complete objectives, and push forward through the chaos. The linear progression keeps the action focused and intense. Objectives range from planting explosives to defending key positions, with the pacing shifting between explosive firefights and tense stealth sections that keep you on your toes. Stealth moments break up the action, adding tension and variety, forcing you to slow down and think before you act. The scale of the battlefields is impressive. Huge environments that feel like multiplayer maps, filled with friendly soldiers, vehicles, and dynamic combat scenarios. However, the objectives can start to feel repetitive after a while. There are lots of control points to defend and plenty of charges to plant, which can make some missions blend together. Scripted cinematic moments keep things engaging and visually exciting, but the underlying mission formula becomes apparent after a few hours of play. The campaign truly shines when it leans into its massive scale, delivering epic set pieces and large-scale battles that feel unforgettable. But it stumbles when it falls back on standard shooter tropes and predictable mission structures. The variety in scenery definitely helps keep things fresh, but the core gameplay loop remains familiar, making the experience both exciting and a bit predictable at times. Battlefield is known for its sense of freedom, but the campaign mostly offers the illusion of choice. Levels look like open sandboxes, but you're funneled along scripted routes. The upside? Movie-like sequences, buildings collapsing, jets swooping in, timed for maximum impact. The downside? You're more an actor hitting marks than a soldier shaping the battle. Occasionally, larger arenas let you pick your approach, use different weapons, and feel a bit more in control. These moments echo classic Battlefield, letting you improvise and strategize. But they're rare. Most of the time, you're kept on a short leash. Stray too far and you're hit with out-of-bounds warnings. The scripted design makes for a polished ride, but limits replayability. Once you've seen the show, there's little reason to return. The campaign is thrilling, but not truly free. Single-player campaigns and multiplayer shooters often feel like afterthoughts. But Battlefield 6's campaign is a full-featured, standalone experience. It takes 6 to 8 hours to complete and serves as a great introduction to the game's mechanics, weapons, and vehicles. The campaign showcases the game's destruction physics and large-scale combat, acting as a tech demo for what's possible in multiplayer. However, it's completely separate from multiplayer. No unlocks, no progression crossover. This separation is a missed opportunity for a more cohesive package. Many multiplayer-focused players may skip the campaign, but it's a generous, well-made extra for those who try it. It's not essential, but it adds value for fans of single-player stories. DICE proves they can still deliver a compelling narrative, even if it's not the main focus. The campaign is a great side dish, but multiplayer remains the main course. For story fans, it's a worthwhile addition. Technically, Battlefield 6 is a powerhouse, running on the latest Frostbite engine. Environments are photorealistic, from snowy Arctic bases to rain-soaked city streets. Lighting and effects, sunbeams, explosions, reflections, create a deeply immersive world. Character models and animations are detailed and expressive, selling the story's emotional moments. Destruction physics are front and center. Buildings crumble, cover disappears, and the battlefield constantly changes. This isn't just for show. Dynamic destruction affects gameplay, forcing you to adapt. Performance is smooth, with few bugs or glitches, even during chaotic battles. The campaign is a technical marvel and a showcase for modern gaming hardware. The polish is evident throughout. Visually and technically, it's one of the best shooters out there. The campaign delivers several unforgettable moments of battlefield brilliance. Leading a tank charge across a desert, with jets dogfighting overhead, captures the series' signature combined arms warfare. A mission set during a violent tropical storm uses dynamic weather to change how you play, creating tension and chaos. Stealth missions, like infiltrating a dark submarine pen, showcase tight, suspenseful design and superb sound. These quieter moments contrast with explosive battles, proving the campaign can do more than just spectacle. Vehicle integration is a highlight. Fighting off attack helicopters or using the environment to overcome threats feels satisfying and unscripted. These encounters give you a sense of agency and accomplishment. The best moments feel least scripted, letting you improvise and adapt. It's these flashes of freedom and scale that make Battlefield special. They're the campaign's true highlights. Despite its strengths, the campaign has flaws. The story is a generic military thriller, predictable betrayals, heroic sacrifices, and a race against a superweapon. Characters are underdeveloped, mostly military cliches, making emotional moments fall flat. You jump between perspectives, but never connect deeply with anyone. Enemy AI is inconsistent, sometimes challenging, sometimes oblivious. Squadmate AI rarely helps, leaving you to do most of the work. The campaign's strict linearity can frustrate, especially when invisible walls block creative approaches. The illusion of a sandbox is often shattered by rigid design. These issues clash with the battlefield spirit of freedom and experimentation. The campaign is polished, but not as dynamic or memorable as it could be. Is Battlefield 6's campaign worth your time? If you love cinematic large-scale shooters, absolutely. It's a polished, spectacular experience with blockbuster action, stunning visuals, and memorable set pieces. For multiplayer-focused players, it's a separate, optional bonus, no impact on online progression. Still, it's a great introduction to the game's mechanics and a technical showcase. The campaign isn't perfect. The story is generic, characters forgettable, and the design restrictive. It doesn't innovate, but it refines the formula to near perfection. This is a return to form for Battlefield's single-player, more substantial than recent entries. It's a bombastic, visually stunning shooter that delivers exactly what you'd expect. Not revolutionary, but consistently entertaining. The campaign proves there's still a place for single-player Battlefield. It's good to have these campaigns back.